Alright, in the previous step we learned how we can destroy an object or a component at runtime by C# script in Unity. In this step we want to learn what is input and what is the difference between key and button. Okay. In the past, we learned, for example, if we want to press a button, we will call inside void update if input dot get key down, for example, key code dot space. Okay, we'll say one time press space. Okay, this is for just one time because it has get key down. Okay, another structure is we'll duplicate this part here without down. When we hold a space. Another structure is when we release space. Yes. Okay, so it is for, and this structure get key down is one time, get key whenever we hold, and get key up whenever we hold the when we want to release the button of a space after the hold. Okay, let's do something. Let's come back to the Unity script and add this is part 16 to this one. Okay, and now look at this. I one time press space, just one time, but because both of them are three of them are space, so it's exactly at the same time. It will be the hold, and whenever I release my hand it will be one time this guy. Maybe we can change this button for better understanding. For example, button K and button K for holding and releasing the button. Okay. Now, look at this. I one time press space. Look at this. One time. Second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time. Okay? And now I hold button K. Look at this. Hold space. No, hold K, sorry. It is still running. And I release my finger. Look at this. Release space. Just one time. It is perfect. Okay? So, there is another definition. All the time, I can use this structure, get key, whenever I don't want to change the button in the game. I want to use a permanent button for something. For example, a space for shooting, arrows for a movement, or escape for come back to the menu in the keyboard. Okay, but sometimes I want to give this ability to the users to be able to change the buttons. For example, user A wants to shoot with space. User B wants to shoot with, for example, P or I don't know, F, something else. Okay, we want to give this ability to be able to change the button, but the functionality has to be same. Okay. In the Unity, in Edit, Project Settings, here, Input Manager, okay? In the Input Manager, we can define button. The difference between button and key is button can be any keys, but what matters is, for example, fire 1. Look at this. Fire 1, it is left control, positive button, and alternative positive button is left click of the mouse 0. Look at this. But in our script, we just need to call this fire1. No need to say, okay, if an input get key down left control or if input get key down mouse 0. No, we will say if get button down fire1. Look at this. Let's see if, okay, sorry. Excuse me. Input dot get button down fire1. Exactly the same name. No space, no capital letters, or exactly the same name. Okay? And remember, we have the same structure for get button down as well. Get button down, get button up. And they will be the same for behavior with these guys. For example, let me change it to K to be, well, okay. I shoot. Okay. Let's come back to the Unity. I close this part, and now okay. In input manager, the set fire1 is the left click of mouse and also left control button. Look at this, and now I press left control button. Shoot. And now I press left click of mouse. Shoot. It is 2 times. Look at this. By clicking, and this is by left control of keyboard. It is exactly that thing we wanted. For a same functionality, we have defined 2 different key buttons, sorry. For example, instead of this left control, I can say H. And now come back to the Unity and press left click of mouse and H. H. It is exactly we want. Remember, for input manager, we can define here the key buttons of for example, gamepad controllers or PlayStation or Xbox controllers exactly here. Look at this. It's here. Key or mouse button, mouse movement, and joystick axis. Look at this. It is exactly that thing we need for gamepads. In the future, maybe I will talk about this subject as well. For example, it is for horizontal and vertical. In the script, no need to say if we press right arrow, left arrow, up arrow, or down arrow. We will define horizontal or vertical. But look at this, it has positive and negative keys. For example, for right, it is positive. It is for right arrow, the horizontal, positive horizontal. But negative horizontal is a left. So we will define left button for negative button. Look at this. With this method, we can define the main key and positive key, negative key, and alternative positive key and alternative negative key. With this method, look at this. Right arrow, it is button D for alternative positive button. Left arrow for negative button, A for alternative negative button. With just horizontal, we have defined four buttons, and we can give this ability to the user in the settings of our game. I will explain more about this feature as well. How we can change these buttons at runtime, exactly like the settings menu of the games, serious games. we can define any keys for any functionality we want. Okay, let's go to the next step.